But what are some of the common mistakes that content creators or people starting online content businesses have?
Yeah, well, definitely thinking that if you're not selling something, then you can't be held liable. Another one is that people think that like just because you say something, like they preface this with like, I'm not a doctor, and then they give you advice that like only a doctor can give. They think that because they just said I'm not a doctor, that like somehow gets them out of it. And I'm like, no, you literally just admitted you're not a doctor, and then you said something that a doctor can say. So I think just like people in general misunderstand disclaimers, or like people will contact me and be like, you know, I'm doing X, Y, or Z online, but don't worry, I have them sign a contract saying that they understand I'm not their financial advisor or their therapist or their whatever. I'm like, no, all that matters is that you're doing the work that only like a doctor, lawyer, or therapist can do. So I think making sure that you're actually staying consistent, that you can be held liable for that kind of stuff. And then probably just not getting legal protection early enough. I think a lot of people confuse legal protection with like being profitable, having a certain number of clients, having a certain audience size. And I always tell people, like, I was a litigator, so I was in court all the time. And I'm like, I can tell you, as somebody who was on her feet before judges all the time, no judge in the world would ever accept an argument of like, but judge, like, she wasn't even that profitable. It's like, they don't care how profitable you are. They don't care how famous, insta-famous you are. Like, none of that matters. It's just about whether you were doing it. So I think letting a lot of the myths go about timing would be pretty important.